Beloved, this is the Culture and Camaraderie podcast, the most thought-provoking, introspective, industrious, creative discussion.
Yo.
That wasn't a question. Even though I made it sound like a question.
You questioned yourself, that was the problem.
It was a question. But yeah, this is myself, Damilares, with
Tiberius.
And we are the Culture and Camaraderie podcast. You can find us on all your socials.
From Planet Comrades.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Wait, oh damn.
You can find me at NYTypical and
LAX_ERA
for all your production needs.
You get me.
Yazao. Can you explain how someone is gonna get money from that? What do artists do to get their work on those platforms to make that type of money?
Well, it's an algorithm thing, isn't it? It's playlists.
To a new artist that doesn't have any, that wants to put their album out. Can you explain that procedure?
What, of how they would get to that point of where they're living off of making?
Well, just to say, I want to upload my work, just say the beginning parts, just the
get into that beginning part, because how you get to, because I'm not living off
Spotify
streamers, so I can't even
I'm not saying that, but just how, because what do artists even do, and where do they go, and who's paying them?
Because it's interesting, because
it's
so easy to upload the thing is, what's so interesting about music, and one of the reasons why I think music is the way it is now, is because the barrier of entry has become the lowest it's ever been in the history of time,
and it's still decreasing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like as technology increases, and especially as AI becomes more involved. But I don't think that's a thing to be scared of, because the main thing that people appreciate about music isn't just that it sound good together. It's the context of that song. So although there is going to be music made in the future by AIs that's indistinguishable from real music that's made, a lot of the reason why people get into music nowadays is because of the context that's behind that and everything around that music, as opposed to just the sound. It's everything about the music. But the barriers of entry is to so low is as to say, you can find distribution services like DistroKid or TuneCore, and other ones that are sort of more bespoke, that you need a bit more of a process of work, like AWOL, when I think you're a bit more further in the journey. AWOL. It's there's like packages you get, and I think it's like there's like some sort of referral system, I think. But anyway, that's separate from it. But my point is, with things like DistroKid, it's simply about sign up to an account, you pay one-time fee, and you get a certain amount of depending on how much you pay, you can have a certain amount of artist accounts or one artist account and a certain amount of uploads. I think if you pay on DistroKid the flat fee, the lowest flat fee, you get one artist account and you can upload as many times as you want. But I think you can only submit under one artist account, whereas other ones you could, if you pay more, you can have your band's one, you can have your own independent one. If you're an artist manager or a label, say if you're an artist manager or a label, you'll be submitting through DistroKid all the artists that you are
so wait,
control of.
That's not what production studios don't do that now, do they?
It depends what the production studios does. It depends because if a production studio is also managing artists, then they may do that. That's something that they may do. But if not, if they're just doing the production side of things, if they're not a label, because a lot of the time a label will have a production studio will be a label because they have the resources to make all the music and bring the artist in. So then they'll just natural progression of that is becoming a label. Even starting a label, all it is having a name, having a distribution service, and then it's curating the artist. But it's like with streamers, you can just upload it like it's almost like it's SoundCloud. You've got your artwork as long as it's the right specs, and in less than a week, you can have your music on streaming services.
Nice.
And I remember when that used to be such a big deal, like, oh, it's on Spotify, it's on Spotify. And it's still got a bit of that, but most of the time people know that it's a pretty simple process of, it's like anyone can have their song on
really,
Spotify.
Like, when I was making my production company, it was a big deal because every single hoop I jumped through was really high.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't know what to do when I was faced with that hoop, then I wouldn't have my production company right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that's the catch-22 of music. It's like, it seems like it's easy, but basically it's
it's not.
Yeah, there's something else there, and I just want to get it. Because if I was an artist right now, a musical artist I should say, then I'm not uploading any music to a streaming service, like, at all. I don't see myself doing that. I had to do, like, what's it, like a Bandcamp or something.
That's the
like,
thing. That's the way.
I'd sell it for like $5.99
when
or
you're
even
smaller,
$4.99.
you need to make it as appealing to those base fans as possible.
Yeah,
you need to make those people feel special.
Like
you are those people's gems that they want to share.
Yeah,
that's it. Isn't
like, if I was a musical artist right now, well, here's how I'd market. Like, well, I'm an alternative guy in it, so like, that's the type of people that I would go for. So if I was marketing an alternative artist, it would be like, we'd go on Bandcamp and we'll sell it for $3.99 or $4.99, and then we'll do bigger bundle packages where it's like a vinyl and like a first edition vinyl with have 100 vinyls and sell them off, and then and then we do shows. Like, we don't sell anymore, but we just do shows, and we keep on doing shows until like we create a fan base. But this is the thing, like, when you're an artist manager, you have to think in different types of ways to build infrastructure around the artist, and this is everything that I think about when making money, because
that's the biggest problem with artists.
I'm not putting my artists on a streaming service. Like, I'm like, until about 2026, I would say, don't do that. Don't go on a streaming service. Like, 2026 the latest I'm talking about as well. Like, let's see what happens. Like, let's just see.
Really? What? Because it is a bit ridiculous. Like, because unless you're Drake, unless you're Ariana Grande, Ed Sheeran, you're not making what we spoke about. It's kind of like the way labels work as well. It's like, unless you're those big artists, everything underneath is all being supplemented to by those bigger artists. By the bigger artists, they're paying for everyone else, essentially. It's the same thing with streaming. It's like, all these guys at the top, they're really getting the money.
Yeah.
But
like,
everyone else is like getting
these newer guys. Like, if you're new, I'm just saying alternative route. Like,
no, you have to. There's no point in trying to knock the big door down. You might as well go down a smaller route.
Yeah,
so with that, do you think,
or build your own house?
Well, it's as you say, it's the infrastructure. That's the biggest problem.
Like,
as an artist.
I look at Motown and stuff like that. Like, I feel, I hate that I think like this, but I just feel like if I had like an artist right now, I could get them 1,000 fans. I just feel like I know exactly what to do to get about and around in London, and to get this artist the 10 shows a year that they need to get paid for the rest of their life, or start the journey to getting paid for the rest of their life. But yeah, that artist needs good music first.
Yeah,
that artist needs to be an artist. Like, I don't need a diva. I need an actual artist. I need
someone who's willing to go on the journey of discovery, of
listen and learn all of that stuff. But
it's the journey.
But like I said, just on my tip, it's like, don't, like, just like, if you
You really don't think it's worth putting on stream?
I didn't put my book out directly through Amazon. That's not an Amazon book, because Amazon would own my book. I bought everything so that I can own my book.
So you just used it as a distributor. You kept it as a distributor as opposed to...
It goes there because of my distributor. Amazon isn't my distributor.
Yeah.
I have a different distributor that posts on Amazon for me.
Okay.
But if you do use my link, it helps me with my Amazon. But if you don't, it's still, I still get paid, but I don't get paid through Amazon. I get paid through my distributor. So yeah, just so I can own my publishing. I own my publishing. A lot of people don't own their publishing, and when you post to Spotify, you're not reading those terms and conditions. You don't know what Spotify owns and what they don't own. And I don't care if you've got under 100 streams and whatnot. It's you gotta know what you own.
Don't you think? But don't you think? Because although I agree with you, it's kind of pointless. Don't you think it's still good for accessibility and visibility to have it on those streaming platforms?
You can be a big person without not one stream.
True.
You can even bust through songs on YouTube. You can bust through that before you even have a record out. You can do covers on YouTube.
Yeah, there's people
there's
people that still
Savannah
do that today.
Savannah Christina, I believe her name is. She's an artist that I'm looking at right now, and just the way that she's doing it, and I'm sure a team. I don't know whether a team's 4 or 5 people, but I just know it's got a nice little team, and they're running things in just a nice angle. I see the angle, and it's great. She just sings with a mic, and she has a computer in front of her. You see all of her equipment, it's a mic, it's a computer, and it's an interface. And she's just rocking out, and and that's what she's doing. And it's for real for her. I don't need to see her on a streaming service to know that she's doing well. I don't need to see her on Spotify particularly, because YouTube is still a streaming service. But I don't need to see her on Spotify particularly. I would buy her, you can buy her music from iTunes, or you should just, she should have just an alternative route to selling her music. If you want to sell, if you want people to listen to your music, you should try and sell it. Because a lot of artists are just bad at selling and packaging. And that's a lot of what I do. I like to package content properly. And and it costs a little bit of money.
So you're basically saying, in the thick and thin of it, is until you can...
I'm saying until I understand streaming, then don't do those things. Because if when someone like me that's always trying to figure I've been trying to figure this out for the past 4 years.
Why not streaming though? Why not?
Because you don't know how much a stream is worth, and you don't know.
So you're saying don't undervalue your music before you you know.
You don't even know the value of a stream to even know the value of your song. So, and it can be on so many different services that and you can get data in another way. Unless you're in the millions of streams, then your data.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, but because surely the point is to make it as accessible for people to listen to.
Nah, it's not.
Because then how are people going to
find your fans?
It's find your fans, but how are people going to become fans if you can't get as many people to listen to it as possible?
I don't know.
So you're saying, would you still say just upload until streaming? You say upload it to SoundCloud. Is that what you're saying? Or just have it purely on?
Yeah, upload it to SoundCloud. Yeah,
have it on SoundCloud and Bandcamp.
Or something like that. Have it on a place that people can buy it, but people can also stream it on just free. If you're giving your music away, you might as well give it away properly.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make money off Spotify. and you shouldn't rely on your Spotify streams if they're under like 10,000 to say, okay, I'm gonna build a.
Just give it for free. Yeah, if you're making 4 pence on it, just give it for free.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to think about getting a paycheck from there. You should be grinding and getting it from the mud. You should be going to every show possible, like, and build a fan base at home or even away, and just like make sure, because a lot of people, this is what I see, right, is a lot of people go where their friends are in the scene and they just perform to their friends, and that's not, like, your friends aren't your fans. You said this before, like, your friends aren't buying your music, your friends aren't buying your merch, your friends aren't always gonna sell you to other people. And well, they can, don't get me wrong, but those, you shouldn't be relying on that as a source. And that's what they even like, someone said in the tour that we went to, was like, people are
people are relying too much on their friends to be supporting them when they start off.
Like, fam,
I've never really cared about that. In fact, I feel weird doing it because I know that it's fleeting, because they're my friends, they're people I know. They're not going to come to every show. There's going to be a bit of a disparity between, they already know who I am, they've already got an image of who I am. They might like what I do and they might appreciate it, but it's completely different from someone else going, what's this? Like, exactly. I've had that experience. Like, I've had people going, yo, you're sick, man. Like, what's your this? What's your that? Like, oh, where can I buy this? Like, I've had people who, it's different from, if someone isn't going to ask you that if they know you because they actually want to buy the music. Yeah. They'll say that because it's like, I want to show you support. Yeah. That's all that is. And that's two different things. As much as that's nice, it's not how you should be thinking about building your infrastructure. Yeah, because that's the interesting point.
And you shouldn't try and make everyone that just likes your work your friend.
Yeah, facts.
Like, everyone that just likes what you do, you shouldn't be like close to you. Like, you shouldn't follow those people back, even though it's cute to do that, but like, no, I don't feel like that is the button that you should be pressing. You should be like, and not saying that, oh, you're cocky or anything like that. I'm talking about you're purposeful with the type of things that you're doing. So you are like, just me personally, just because I'm alternative, I went away from my friends. The people who look at myself are not my friends. I didn't ask no friend for a retweet. Like, my friends don't retweet my things. Those like, the people that retweet my thing, or not even retweet, share my things, read my things, are not my friends. They are far from my friends. I barely know these people, and those are the people that are supporting me all the way, generally, because I know that these people are there for the type of content that I'm providing. And that makes me want to make better content and more content for them. Like, I don't like, although, don't get me wrong, my friend Sharon can expose what I'm doing
to
more.
Other people, yeah. That shouldn't be the focus. Yeah. That's not the bread and butter.
And I've noticed that in this creative industry, your friends see your success as their competition. So, like, especially in London, like, London's a weird place, but people that know you, kinda, not even know you as a human being, like face to face, but know you kind of via socials, are not the people that want to help you unless they see themselves benefiting off your success as well. So you gotta keep it calm. Like, you can have your crew that you all help each other, but there's going to be a period where everybody knows that this is your crew. So you, like, as much as you have a crew, you got to explore outwards. You got to explore the terrain. You got to be going to Birmingham.
It's true.
You got to be going to Manny. You got to be going to Leeds.
So spreading the seed, innit?
Yeah, you
gotta be sowing. You gotta be. You don't chuck the seed in the same spot.
Yeah, fam. Like, yeah, you can't be going to the same open mics all the time. It's like that can be like your home spot where everybody knows, and you know you can tell them people's stories about what the people, what the people in Birmingham thought of this song, and like have more stories.
Well, because things have changed, isn't it? Because before that, it used to be the opposite. It used to be the opposite because that's how scenes were built. Scenes were built because there was a hotspot. There was venues where everyone went to. All different sorts of artists went through and crafted a sound. And because everyone was listening to each other, all these different bands, all these different artists were listening to each other, and they was all these different bands and artists were listening to each other and being inspired and sort of incorporating what they was hearing from the scene into their own sounds. And what would happen? It's fine. I think it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Relax. It's perpetuating certain sounds. Perpetuating. Trust me, you'd know from there. It's fine. What's happened is different sounds and ideas are perpetuating within the music, and the people that are coming to that, who are becoming their fans, are being more involved in those sounds and going, and noticing the reoccurring vibes that are coming together. And then what's going to happen is the best people from those scenes actually start to get noticed and shoot off into the bigger sort of musical stratosphere.
Okay.
And when they look back, it's like, who's that guy from Talking Heads? David something. Oh my gosh, he had a book talking about music. Can't remember, but very big musician. Very, very big musician, yeah. He was talking about how when he was first coming into music, he went to art school and then he started a band, and
as per usual.
He was talking about how different it is now compared to back then. I think I still got that book at home. I need to find that book.
I looked at my bookshelf.
I know, because I remember it was one of those books that I don't know if I got rid of it. I feel like I might have. Wish I kept it.
Yeah, you never.
But it's just so interesting now because I wonder if something like that is still possible, or if because of streaming, because of the internet. Well, I guess that's true, because that's not how people find music now. People don't find music by going to places. They find it on the internet. So building a scene.
Listen, if someone sees a buzz in a place, then they're going to get intrigued. But no one is building a buzz because no one is trying to help those people that are out there.
And do you think that was a different case back in the day?
No, like it wasn't the case back in the day. It was just.
So what do you think's the difference between then how scenes were built?
Okay,
because it's like even with hip hop, the reason hip hop was built is because of the parties that people were going to. They was going to parties. There would be like DJing was a thing. There would be people spinning these tracks and that soul and disco and like using the breaks, and then it kind of sort of evolved from there. You know what I mean? There's a story, and the reason why hip hop built.
I love this question.
The hip hop built is because there was a perpetuation of a sound that everyone who was privy to it or everyone who was exposed to it was connected by.
Yeah, everybody was in competition though.
Yeah, competition isn't a bad thing. But that
everybody was still in competition though.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of these people wanted to kill each other, and a lot of these people were still gangs at the end of the day. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't.
Sunshine and Roses.
Yeah, it wasn't at any point like good to have this person from this block be that person that you are seeing on TV, or that this person with a big chain, and you've been rapping just as long as this person, and they are seeing a lot more success than you. Like that.
I get that, but I'm not talking about that aspect of it. I'm talking about I'll tell you why not. I'll tell you why not, because that's with hip hop. With all the other scenes that it kind of happened, I guess you could say with disco it was the same thing.
No. Okay, let's bring it home. Grime in London, East was in competition with North. It was in competition with South, right? But that's not the link. Bashy, and
that's not the link that ties all the things of how in the past scenes were created.
That is
it's not.
Okay.
Unless it is.
Let me complete a thought. All these people had to congregate because there was certain people with certain equipment. And that's just the plain and simple fact. It's like there was only equipment in certain studios, and there was only equipment with people that had certain drug dealers' money to buy the equipment, or the drug dealers were the ones that wanted to finance this so that they can get money from hip hop. A lot of drug money financed hip hop, if a lot of people didn't know, but there was just equipment in certain places from between the 85 and stuff into all the way up until now. Even there was a lot of mafioso people that like were just in crime that were saying, even now it's like the biggest rappers were trappers back in the day. Like the Migos all talk about running off on the plug and all of this stuff. It's like this is a real type of lifestyle that has a reoccurring theme. There's a reason why like not just that it looks lavish or it sounds hard. It's like this was the way that people survived, and then because everybody saw that there was an avenue for a drug dealer can make it in rapping, that is the only reason why we've got drug dealers that rap today. But back to your point, it's like all of these people had music. Like all of these people wanted to make music, so they went to the spot, they went to the discotheque, they went to the place where the DJ was playing, and the MC, who was a different type of person, who wasn't really the main person, was on the mic. And then when you start having rap ciphers, that was all competition. And going on the block when you're selling drugs, maybe, I don't know, but you're all in a rap cipher in the corner, you're in competition with each other. And then when this side of the block makes a song, and then that side of the block, have you watched the Wu-Tang American Saga?
No.
Okay, so basically what happened is like there's two blocks of project housings, right? And they came from two blocks and they were at war with each other because of the drug game. And one side made a beef track against this other side, and then the other side responded. So I believe Raekwon made a song. Raekwon the Chef made a song, and then Ghostface Killer made a song, and then Method Man made a song, and then that's just how the story kind of goes on the thing. But I'm sure everything was all squashed down and told in a certain type of way. But that was like
and all these guys were on opposing sides.
But the main part was they were on opposing. Like the whole of Wu-Tang, like Raekwon wanted to kill Ghostface. Like he shot at Ghostface's window and almost killed his mom. That's like and that was a real story. That's not like on a TV story. That's a real story. So they were really at war with each other. So when someone was talking about Killer Hill, which is like the song that Method Man sings, and it's like the soundtrack to a couple of episodes. But that's just to say that was the element that built up that part. But they still all had to go to the talent shows, which is the main part that we'll talk about. Everybody had to go to a talent show. And all of these people, and we, like bringing it back home, we had to go to talent shows. The first place that I saw you, I believe, was at a talent show. So, and a lot of people don't go to talent shows right now, but it was one of the main places you can see new artists and new music, because everybody congregated in that spot. And it wasn't about a sound, it was about you presenting your music. And because we have producers nowadays that make multiple different types of sounds, you kind of get a fragmented effect where you got 10 people over here and 12 people over here and 2 people over here, all making different types of things. And like, it's all kind of the same under the bracket of alternative, or I don't know, bracket of mainstream or Afro trap or whatever you want to call it. But these people are making music in competition with each other. But
all the people, even if you're not of the same...
What do you mean?
The same sound.
Yeah, well...
Within the same...
Okay.
vibe.
Out of all the artists that you share, particularly, how many of them do you not know? That aren't your friends? 100% aren't you? Okay, so...
Well, Not 100%.
100% aren't your friends. You don't know them. They're just sick. Then you know them from London, and you like, let's say, not your friends, but you met them that day. You thought they were sick, and then you followed them on Insta or something, and then you shared it.
Okay, yeah, it's weird.
Like, what's the percentage? I'm asking. I'm not saying whether you've done it recently or not.
What is the percentage of people that I share that I might have just discovered and thought they were sick? And
that aren't your
that aren't my friends.
There aren't people that you've banged with for a year at a time, or even 3 months.
At this point, genuinely, it's probably about 20 to 30%. Realistically,
so the people that you've known for under 3 months.
People that I know under 3 months, yeah. So and I'll say that because I don't actively. It's been a while since I had a period when I was like on Facebook. It was mainly when I was on Facebook, when I was sort of discovering in around 2010, between 2010 and 2012.
Okay.
This was the biggest time when I was sharing music that I'd been discovering, because in that time, music production was hitting this point where it was sort of evolving and changing. Dubstep and grime had been sort of been changing to future garage, and there was all these other different production techniques that were coming around, etc. It was around the time I basically got into production. So what was happening at that point?
Wait, so you're counting all the way from then?
Because this is the last time I can remember actively looking for music and sharing it. Like these new people that are sort of, I might have seen, or I might have gone and seen, I might have seen out and about. Nowadays, because and I'll tell you why, because a lot of the people that I know are with.
You don't need to qualify it.
No. It's just I'm just giving you the context. It's just so a lot of the people that I know are within music, so it's kind of like the way me personally I share music is from people that I know who are doing things, and it's my sort of discovery of music has kind of slowed down, so to speak. I'm not as fervent in my digging of music. I remember I would have whole afternoons where I'd just look for new music. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe you should be doing that right now.
No. I used to do that so much. I haven't done that as much anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just
it's like and that's not even to pick on you. That's just talk about how the scene is fragmented, and like everyone's in like these little tiny sound bubbles.
Yeah. Well, because even with the people that I know, it's still a sound bubble. It's a general sort of sound and vibe.
Yeah, if there's like 20 or 30 of you, or even 100 of you, but if you're all working to make each other better, but you're also venturing outwards, that's 100%. But if it's like you just all go to each other's shows, then you're not helping each other grow. Well, not to say that's what you're doing, but if it's like just a bunch of you that just go to each other's shows and like you're the main people at each other's shows, then you're not helping each other grow. Like that, like
you're just making
that person on stage should be able to survive without you guys in the crowd. Even though 100%, like if you're on stage, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be in the crowd and I'm gonna be one of the people in the crowd. But same way, like if I'm not there, then you should be able to rock out at any venue or a venue that would have you and have those people sell tickets. Because really truly the main thing, which is as a manager that I look at, is you need to sell tickets. Like that's all I'm thinking about, is like selling tickets. Like because when you're talking about making money from music, that's where I see the money coming from the most, is selling those tickets.
That's it. Yeah.
So being available for those, and you need to, we as a scene need to get outside of our comfort zones, because I look at me when I'm going to places or I'm speaking to people who aren't like me necessarily, or I know that like
we're coming from
I just have
fundamentally different places.
I just have to speak to, because they talk about books and I have a book, and they talk about the type of books that I have. So I just know I have to be in those type of spaces. I need to be in a space where a guy like me who has a book can speak to another person who talks about books or has a book club or whatever. Like, I have to be on a fashion page, and I have to be interacting with these fashion guys and these people making fashion and talking about fashion and are the new fashion curators of this age. Like, I need to, and because I do so many different things, I have to be in so many different places, and I have to be so active because just because of that. But I, like, although I want all my friends to be making content, whether it be music or they're writing or whatnot, it still has to be, we have to be working outside of the purview and perspective of my friends need to be doing this for me. Like, I want us to know that we have to be doing it for us before we're doing it for our friends. And like, when your friends come back and they see like a little bit of more progress than they saw before, then that game, like, it just feels better. It feels better when you're able to bring more people in and say, and look at you so that you can shine a light on your friend, because you want more people to just be, because I feel like that's the reason why we go to each other's shows and stuff, is because we are all friends in one thing, and we want light on the people that we think are cool. But we can't have more light on the people that we think are cool if we don't venture outwards and find the people that are fans of us, so that if you're a fan of me, then look, there's this guy over here that's, you know, and that's how you bring more people in. So then now you circulate that, and then you start circulating the love. You know how they would talk about circulating the pound, like, around the community. It's like you circulate the love, and that's what artists need, is like, so more people can see you circulate the love around the London area. So, but if we're all going to the same places, we're only focused on one thing. But if we're all going outwards in multiple different ways, then, and we come back, we have like 12 people from there, 2 people from there, 1 person from here, and 15 people from here, and it makes and then you all come back with new things and better things. Well, that's just how I see it.
Well, 100%. Makes sense. But yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it, fam.
That's a full stop.
Oh,
that's a
man.
full stop. Sick. Great chat, man.
Thank you for listening to another chapter of the Culture and Camaraderie podcast.
With your boy, Damilares.
Damadici. Catch me at NY Typical.
And LAX_ERA.
For all your production needs. Peace, blessings, and salutations. This has been the Culture and Camaraderie podcast.